Hi, everybody. I'm Adam McDowell with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Chicago and parkbench.com/North Center. I'm here today with author Emily Belden. She's a Roscoe Village resident and a professional author. Hi, Emily.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
So you've got a few books published now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you wrote them, how Chicago played a role. I know in your first two books, Chicago plays a big role in
Yeah,
those.
totally. Yeah. So I started my career as writing a memoir called 86, which was sort of like mid 20s, kind of figuring life out as you go. Each chapter is a lesson learned. That book was published by an indie publisher out of Austin, Texas. And then once it came out, Chicago was really good to me as far as press, and it was just received very well. There was a really big spread done in Michigan Avenue magazine, and my now agent got a copy of the magazine, found me, reached out, and basically said, when you have something fiction ready, I would love to be the first to read it. I had an idea for a fiction book at the time called Randolph Street, which if you flash forward is now the book Hot Mess. So a little bit of a title change there. But Randolph Street obviously pays homage to our West Loop food dining, biggest food and dining part of the city. So it's a book about the restaurant industry here as fiction, about a mid-20s girl who sort of gets thrust into that scene. It's really fun to sort of read all the places and the streets. And if you're from the city, sort of say like, oh, I've been there, I know that, or I think I know that that's what she's talking about or whatever. It's been really fun for anyone in Chicago. And then I went on after that book was signed by my now agent. She sold it to Harper, who's my publisher, about 6 months later. And then Harper said, can we have another, which is the book Husband Material that came out December 30th of 2019, so very recently. That's also fiction, takes place in Los Angeles. But again, I really owe my kind of come up to having great things to write about, having a great city that was very supportive of me and gave me a platform. And my agent is also one of the only agents in the Chicagoland area. So she's been doing this for 25 years or so. And normally agents are on either coast. And so I'm really fortunate to have one that, works downtown at the Fine Arts Building right in my backyard. And she's been my teammate for now about 5 years.
That's great. And so you've got the 3 books published. Now you're working on a 4th book, a 3rd fiction book.
Yes. Yeah. I'm working on another one. The working title for it right now is Zoning Issues. Again, it's a women's fiction, sort of feel good, easy breezy, but a little bit more substance of a read. I'm setting it currently in like the Fulton Market area, and has a little bit to do with like the tech scene and sort of the Fulton Market area being one where hotels are starting to pop up. And so there's a little bit of tech and a little bit of development issue, hotels coming up and apartments coming up and all that sort of thing. That's kind of what's going on with that book. But working on the synopsis for that now, and hopefully we'll have that kind of sold and ready to go, sometime this spring, and then start the long production timeline for that.
Yeah. So in addition to writing your own novels, you're also you do a little bit of freelance work sort of in between.
I do.
What's that like, sort of splitting your time between fiction and other writing?
Well, it's nice. I started my career as in the copywriter and advertising. So it's been nice to hang on to some of my clients and some of that sort of work instead of, thinking about books and really long-term plots and everything is very exhausting. So having the opportunity to, like this morning, I wrote a script for the medical industry that was 30 seconds, and then they wanted a 15-second version. So thinking very quick, short, snappy, and being able to sort of jump around from industry to industry. And it's a great way to keep my writing skills sharp.
So if people want to read your works, I understand that Chicago bookstores are currently all sold out.
Yeah. So the good news is that everybody is reading in the time of the corona and being quarantined. So that's awesome. And my neighborhood especially has been really receptive. I've had neighbors that live a couple houses over just ask if they can buy some books off of me to get them through this time. And, I'll put my foster dog on a leash and go deliver them contactless delivery. So they've been really supportive. Bookstores have been amazing. Even though a lot of them are closed right now, they are offering online orders or, free shipping or dollar shipping. So just take a look. Roscoe Village is a great bookstore here that has been really supportive of my career. I know that they carry both of my books. They may be physically out of the store, but you can still order through them. So I definitely encourage that.
Yeah, we want to plug Roscoe Books too, because you were working on setting
Yeah.
up some events with them
Yeah.
before all this happened. So
Yep.
when
I look
Chicago opens back up,
for
look
sure.
out for them to have a book signing with you, right?
Absolutely. I would love that. They've been awesome to work with. Super great neighbors, and their bookstores very cute. I remember the first day that husband material came out, they had, they had ordered it for that same day. I came by and signed all their stock. So really great supportive partners. As far as being an author, it's always exciting when a bookstore carries your book, and your local bookstore at that is even better.
Yeah, so contact your local bookstore, whoever it
Yes.
is, and pre-order the next copy
Yeah,
as soon as they get more
definitely.
in.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for all your time, Emily.
Of
It's been
course.
great hearing a little bit about the Chicago writer life.
Awesome.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching. I'm Adam McDowell with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Chicago, your path to home, and parkbench.com/northcenter.